leather gloves, we're slapping in hams. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Who's chasing the deer that circle the lips? Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives Live here on Strong Island Television in Paradise Studios in beautiful
Massapequa.
Downtown or in Midtown? Where are we in Massapequa? Right in the middle?
We're in the middle. We're in the middle.
Middle this week. We moved Midtown, Massapequa, New York. It's right by the Long Island Railroad.
Yes.
The Chinese restaurant is no longer here. We used to say that. There's a CVS.
Yes,
Happy to be back.
And Leonardo's Pizza.
Delicious.
Pizza.
Go ahead.
We are brought to you by Barasch and McGarry.
The law firm of Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community. I was not here last week. We were on hiatus, as we say, right? Hiatus.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's nice to be back. And Richie
has a rash.
Not here. Richie's not here. No, you know what? Tonight he is doing a comedy show.
Oh, okay.
With the rash.
I have to say, last week it was very lonely after the show.
Yeah, because we're very loud, right? We're very loud.
Here.
And I love getting you on my show because I stir you up a little bit and you get a little frisky and crazy, you know. Over there, she does a show before mine, very, very good show, her and her daughter and her mother. And they're very educated and very, very smart and witty, you know. And then she comes over here and she's like, oh boy, I got to dial it down. So anyway, you if you're wondering what I'm doing with this jacket on,
we were wondering.
Yeah, this was my jacket that I bought last year for the Friends of Firefighters Gala that I did not attend. So I wore it to the comedy show the other night, the Marty Lyons show, which was fantastic. Met Marty Lyons. His whole team was great. They loved the show. This is how much they were into the show and in a good mood. They said, John, you were even funny.
Wow.
Yeah. Even you, John, we laughed at. So what a great night. They do wonderful work with kids with cancer, like, you know, Last Wish type things. Just beautiful, beautiful people. And that's what I want to do with Laughter Saves Lives. Work with organizations like that who are giving back, you know, salt of the earth people. And then Saturday, we went over, I think it was my closest two shows ever. That was at the Seafood Firehouse on Friday, over to the Wantor Fire Department. 300 people packed in the place.
Wow.
Every year. We've been doing this show, I think, over 20 years, I think. You can say it. 24. We have the captain over here. He's coming on soon. 24 years. I'm always so grateful that they have me back every year. And pack the place, 300 people. You know what it's like as a comic to get on a stage like that. It's, hey, how you doing, Patrick? It is awesome. So we're going to have them on talk a little bit about volunteer fire departments, what it takes, and what they do. And
maybe you'll bring me to Wantor next year.
Well, now, yeah, you could come to Wantor. You just can't be on the show.
Why?
So I'm kidding you. I was kidding you, you cute little petunia. She's like, what's the problem? Why not? I have to say, I brought Sandy, one of my favorite comics from Jersey, Sandy Ells, such a great gal, and they loved her. She destroyed the room. So that was fun. I left my sheet at home with all my notes on it for the show. Like I'm at home typing.
But did you take your Christmas lights down?
Okay.
Because honestly, that's a big pet peeve. You had them up.
Why is that a pet peeve of yours? There was no Santa Claus. There was no manger. Took all of that down. All that was left was some joy for people, some lights. Because at that time of year, all the lights are down, and it's like, You know what I mean? Don't you miss them?
I get, it's not bad, but like I can't stand when you drive past somebody's house in April and like the icicle lights are hanging and like half of them have fallen off and it just looks crummy then.
Yes, I agree. Let's move this. Let's move the raffle tickets.
Mr. Matt.
Let's move the raffle tickets back here with the ball before Butch calls and says, "Could you move the ball and the raffle tickets?" Because you know that's coming. So, all right, the Christmas lights. As you know, Paula, my wife, was in the hospital for the third time. HIPAA. She was in the hospital. I'm not allowed to say that, right? HIPAA. So I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not taking down the lights until Paula comes home.
And then she came home the next day.
But my son was funny because he called me when he dropped his son off at school. He goes, "Dad, I know you want to leave the lights up. It's 9:00 in the morning and they're still on. The timer got screwed up." He goes, "At least turn them off during the day. People are talking about you already, but at least turn them off during the day." So my Christmas lights are off. Okay. They're in one big spaghetti ball on the lounge chair sitting in the driveway. So at least I got them off.
All right. So they'll be there till what, like May?
Well, no, I don't know. But here's what happens with me. My lights are disposable.
They're not really, but they just get
but they get in a whole bunch. I pull them out and then I go, "Let's go to Ace Hardware," and I buy another 5 boxes. What else did I want to talk about? What time we got? All right. So we talked about the lights. Oh, I want to mention up front, by the way, on a somber note, on a serious note. Our buddy, our pal, Ann Cansfield, FDNY chaplain. Her dad passed away 2 days ago, I think, 3 days ago. She's been on the show more than anyone, I think, on this show. We love her. We're thinking about you. She's just such an awesome person, and her Facebook posts are phenomenal. So what I did today was I called her. Did I call her? I left a message and she got back to me. She goes, "John, somebody just came in the house. I can't talk." I said, "Ann, I didn't expect you to pick up the phone today. How you doing, Patty Barone? How you doing?"
"Oh, Pat."
Squirrel. I said, "Ann, I didn't expect it. I just wanted to brighten her day a little bit." So I sang Bad Leroy Brown on a message. Not the whole song. Just a little bit. Because, she's getting all these calls. I'm sorry for you lost, which we all are. But I me. I just wanted to give her a little chuckle.
I did.
So we're thinking about you, Ann, praying for you, and you're one of our favorite people, babe. She is the best. Got a little more time. Let's see what I had. Some of the topics here. The nurses at St. Francis Hospital were fantastic. Now, I have a problem. When my wife or somebody goes in,
Pat says you have to burn that jacket.
Oh, yeah, I know. I wore it the other night. Hey, listen, it's not like the wrapping paper you wore the other night. He had on wrapping paper. I'm getting to like this jacket, though, no? Not with this outfit.
I don't like it with the shirt.
Yeah, I don't want to take it off because I got just handed to me by the captain the Wantor Fire Department shirt. As I say, right, this is how I get my free stuff. Hey, could you bring a shirt? Right? But all my clothes are getting like old. My T-shirts are getting worn. I'm starting to throw things out. This is going to be the season, and I told you I want you to take me shopping.
Yeah.
This is going to be the season of Johnny with a nice T-shirt, like a collar. Do you call them tees? A nice shirt.
Like a polo shirt?
Like a nice shirt.
A nice shirt. A collar shirt or no collar.
No collar. I don't like collars.
We don't have to do a collar.
And a jacket with black jeans, black sneakers. That's my new look this year doing comedy.
How about black shoes?
Sneakers, I feel like I can move. I move better.
Well, but they have shoes that are like sneakers, but they don't look so sneakery.
Yeah, we'll do those. The in-between sneakers, shoesy sneakers.
Gotta jazz you up. Come on. You can't wear this fancy jacket with black New Balance
sneakers. You can wear it with black jeans, though.
Black jeans, but you gotta have like a shoe.
Right. You can't have a stripe in the sneaker, is what I'm noticing.
You can't.
Right. Now, did we talk about the backdrop? The new backdrop?
No.
So we're going to alternate backdrops, okay? We had the my old firehouse, which isn't too old, in Queens, Mass. But Squad 288 Hazmat is where I worked on 9/11, where we lost all my buddies, and it means a lot to me. This backdrop, which I'll describe in a second, and then we're having another one of John, Santa, myself, and Pat in Speedos. Just the three of us at the beach in Speedos eating a bologna sandwich. So let me talk about the one that we have behind you. That's coming up.
Oh, boy. Can't wait for that one.
That's a good one. This is where I discovered stand-up comedy. This is LaRocchia's Luncheonette in Middle Village, Queens. Back in, if you can see the cars, I think it's the 50s, right? Where my
maybe.
uncle Charlie, my dad, and my grandfather would get behind the counter and make their customers laugh. They would come in and get a burger. Grandma would be sitting in the front, the old-time grandma. She'd make something in the morning that's special for the day, and she'd greet people. And they would just, the sanitation trucks would line up around the block on lunch. I don't think it was because of the food. Food wasn't bad, don't get me wrong. I think it was because of the entertainment. And that was my first exposure to comedy. They were so funny, my uncle and my dad and my grandfather with the thick Italian accent. Oh my God, people coming in. And then ultimately, when my grandfather retired, he went to all my baseball games and he would yell at the umpire in that thick Italian accent where the umpires just would laugh. They would laugh. They'd go over between innings and talk to him, So that's that'll be the backdrop for this month.
That's a good backdrop.
Yeah, I love it. You can see the trolley is coming in over here, just coming into the picture. The trolley and this tower back here, which is pretty ironic, I guess you could say, is the firehouse 319 engine where they would hang the hoses to dry back in the day. So there it is. All right, so right now we're going to go to a break, and we'll be back with Captain Sean Kelly from the Wantagh Fire Department.
If you spent time downtown on 9/11 or in the 8 months after, you were exposed to toxic air and may be eligible for compensation from the $10 billion 9/11 Victim Fund. But most people who qualify still haven't claimed what they're entitled to.
I worked downtown. I didn't die. I was an office worker. I felt like there were others who deserved the money more than I did.
A major reason people haven't claimed the money they're due is guilt. They feel guilty claiming funds when others died or were first responders.
I heard there were 9/11 funds, but because I wasn't a first responder, I did not apply.
You do not have to be a first responder to qualify. This fund was created for everyone who worked, lived, or attended school south of Canal Street, who may have experienced or have experienced respiratory illness or any of the 68 cancers linked to the toxins. Even if you have a family history of cancer, there is a presumption linking most cancers to the toxins.
I thought it was too late to make a claim. My spouse worked downtown at a bank and died of cancer. Honestly, I just haven't felt up to it.
The government's $10 billion Victim Fund and Health Program have been permanently extended. You just need to have been below Canal Street on 9/11 or at any time in the following 8 months. To see if you qualify, call or go to 911fund.com to speak to a representative of Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
There are many reasons people who are eligible for compensation are not stepping up to claim it. To those who are holding back, I would say just take the first step. Ask for help. Make the call. It's not too late.
I called and I qualified.
I qualify.
I qualify.
Millions of dollars remain unclaimed. You do not have to be seriously ill to qualify.
I never know when you come back on. And we're back.
We're back.
With Laughter Saves Lives live here on Strong Television Paradise Studios. We're back
In Massapequa.
Before we Sean is here. Before we bring Sean out or speak to Sean, I would like to talk some pickleball. Pickleball, quickie. I was on the IL injured list this week. Hurt my shoulder. I don't know what I was doing at the Wantagh Fire Department. I did something. I think it was eating all the steak. That's probably what it was. Such big pieces of steak they serve. So Libby went with the guy who runs the league, my son's best friend, Mark Louie, and they won all 5 games. You say, wow, that's good. No, that's a problem.
That really put you in a position.
Yeah, because now we move up in the standings and we play better teams next week. And I already looked at the list, and we're probably going to go 0-5 next week. That left us at 7-8. 7-8 in the pickleball league. So we're doing it right. No, we were 5-0. Now I think we're 12-8. I'm sorry, 12-8. So good week. Livy played well. Mark played well. I was home on the couch going, Paul, my arm. You know how guys are. I'm sitting there, my arm. The girl's just out of the hospital, and I'm going, well, can you get me something for my arm? And then she got a new pants. And I was like,
Yeah, I would have.
So that's the pickleball.
Well, I
update.
hope you can play because I just watched you get up and walk to look for your paddle, and it was like,
yeah, my niece. April 19th, the pickleball comedy / stand-up comedy fundraiser at the Sayville Pickleball Hall. Sign up. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be 2 hours of pickleball and then probably an hour and a half of comedy. Yeah, I'm going to do a whole show afterwards. What the hell? Whole show. All right. Bridget Kavanaugh, if you know her, she's on the show. And Tom DiDario is on the show. So we have to add somebody else. I don't know if I'm going to do anything on that show. All right. So Saturday night, typical, I don't want to say typical, but a firehouse show. Comics love doing these firehouse shows. I get email after email. John, can you put me on the show? John, it's been 5 years since I've been on the show. Put me back on. Well, and listen, I'm not just blowing smoke up because he's here, okay? The Wantor Fire Department show is one of the best shows that I produce at any firehouse anywhere, okay?
wow.
Yes. Tons of people. They feed us. They're ready to laugh. The people are great. The raffles, how many raffles did you have?
Oh, I can't even count, to be honest.
I was counting because I had to stay until you finished.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But no, that's right. That's right. No. But a lot of people want fun night. So we have Captain Sean Kelly here for the Wantor Fire Department.
Hello.
Hey, Cap.
Welcome.
Now, I was trying to get somebody to come down for the Wantor Fire Department.
Yes.
Did you draw the short straw? Is that what happened? Because
No, I volunteered.
you did? All right. Because he was like, oh,
Nobody else did.
No.
That's why he's like, I
thought we only see LaRocchio again until next year. We got to see him again. Great night. You talk about the show a little bit. How was the night? What do you guys get out of it?
It's usually our
Is your main fundraiser?
It's our main my engine's main fundraiser.
Mhm.
As John said before, we've been doing it for the last 24 years. I actually grew up helping my dad help set up. So I've I've seen John like the last 24 years.
Yeah.
At least once a year.
I look the same, he said. He's just about to say, you look the same, Joe.
exactly the same. Hasn't changed a bit.
Oh, man. So now we come there once a year to do the show. You guys are there, and this is what the docuseries is all about that I'm working on. You guys are there all year long, volunteering,
Yes.
putting in time. What does it take to become a volunteer fighter? Let's talk about what do you need to do to walk in the door, get on the truck for your first call.
All right. To do that, it's usually for Wantor. It's you have to show up to our work calls, which are trainings for at least 4 weeks. Then once you get brought in, you sworn into our companies. Wantor is split between Company 1 and Company 2. I'm in Company 2, Engine 4 at Station 2 on Wantor Avenue over by MacArthur High School.
You don't have to tell you where you are because we have a international following.
Sorry about that.
International. So, all right. So, is there competition between the companies? Like,
of course, yeah. We actually have a home drill. We hold it every 2 or 3 years, and it's pretty much rig versus rig. So it's just in the house it's just within Wantor. So
all right. So people, go ahead.
I have a question. And I've
You
really
don't have to say I have a question.
I've always wondered this. Thanks, John.
Just say.
I do have to say I have a question.
To shut me up.
To shut you up.
True.
But now, when you're talking about volunteer,
yes,
firemen, firewomen,
yes,
fire
Firefighters,
people,
firefighters.
firefighters.
Yes.
Doesn't matter where you are, who you are. You're volunteering to put yourself. How do you get people for that? Like, is it hard to recruit knowing that you're going to maybe run into a burning building and you're not, it's not like you're in the city and you're getting paid for it. You're volunteering your time.
It's a full-time job, but you're doing it for free whenever you're pretty much home. So
right
now for Nassau, we pretty much go through a full, so it's an 11-week course for mainly just the classrooms, and then a 12-week course, which is all the hands-on or condensed version, which is over 2.5 weeks. up over at the National Fire Academy. So, and then it's a year's probation, and then our own fire school, which we certify ourselves.
And do you have a lot of people who want to do it?
Yes, unfortunately it's a little hard to keep people in the department because of course you're running into a burning building.
Yeah.
But isn't it like with the volunteers? It's also
but that's why you need to support your local volunteer fire department, because when you have a fundraiser or you're going around and you need to do that, because you don't want to be the one who says, I'm never giving you people a penny, and then your house goes on fire and they're like, so no, not that you would do that, but I'm saying,
no.
You're like, I don't want to be that person. Like I was a jerk to them all these years and now I need you.
So, all right. So I become a volunteer firefighter. I go through all that training. Now I have to respond to a certain percentage of the calls, from what I understand, correct?
Yes. For Wantagh, it's 25%, and you have to make at least 6 work calls for every quarter. So so you have to make
a work call is training.
A work call is training. Yeah, sorry. It's
all right.
6 trainings every quarter. So 2 trainings a month. That's just the bare minimum.
Right. How long are the trainings? Usually
around hour and a half, 2 hours.
That's not bad. Okay.
A week, so it's not too bad.
Right.
To be honest, like it's become a second family at this point.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is that there are certain kids.
Yes.
I look at some of the kids that become the volleys, and they never hit it off in sports. They never, got involved. And all of a sudden, there's a place for them to go, and they're feeling really good about themselves. Yes. They're helping the community. They're responding to fires, medical calls.
Yes.
Right. So it's like a boys' club in that way. But yes, you're running into burning buildings. So you got to be careful, of course.
Yes,
of course.
But I think it's also too, when you get involved in it, especially you're young, and if you're young and you get involved, you grew up in it. You said, So you were. It's a very family-oriented group of people. Also, it's like they do a lot of family stuff, and so it's really a.
Yeah, my great grandfather is actually was in Freeport Fire Department. So
great grandfather?
My great grandfather.
How about your grandfather? Did he do it?
No, he actually became a doctor.
Oh, okay. Okay. But your dad, you said, was
my dad? Yes, my dad joined Wantagh when my parents moved here from Queens. So yeah.
Well, there was a car accident just today. Somebody that I know was in a car accident today, and who's the first ones there? It was the volleys.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of there was always controversy about that with city firefighters volunteering. We don't get into politics here, but a lot of them are home during the day.
Yes.
People work during the day. So some people are home, paid firefighters, cops will work at night. And these are the same people. I find that the cops, the firefighters are the same people that are volunteering, are coaching the little leagues. They do a lot of this stuff. So we should really be very grateful for our cops and firemen. I'm not saying that because I was a firefighter. I was a paid firefighter. This guy's volunteering and protecting the community. We appreciate it. We really appreciate it. What is your next big event you have coming up? Fundraiser over there. You have another one? Golf outing? Do you have?
No, we haven't done a golf outing in quite a few years, unfortunately. But Wantagh Engine 4 is going to be next year.
No, the comedy night.
Yes.
Next year, Roseanne will be on the show. You should have what I do. Laughter Saves Lives. We started this. We have a wet buns contest with the guys. John Santa, myself, Pat Marone lead it, where we get some buckets of water and crack a smile for the ladies. All right, so we're gonna go to break. Sean, thanks for coming in. I know it was a long ride.
Thanks.
What did it take you? 30 seconds?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Well, thank you for doing what you do. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We just wanted to shine a little spotlight on you guys tonight.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So we'll be back in a minute.
Hi, I'm Arthur Lee, founder, CEO, and inventor of LifeVac, a simple rescue device that can save a child's life in a choking emergency. All these people were saved with LifeVac. People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, One of those is a child. As simple as place, push, pull.
To learn more, please visit lifeact.net.
We're back on after this. Let's just move a little. Just look at LaRocchi's luncheonette. Do you know how many I walk in the front
Where
door?
is it?
Right there. That's the front door.
This is it?
Right on the corner was the front door. And I'd walk in and Grandma would say, Johnny, go in the kitchen. Have us some meatballs. And I would stand on a stool eating meat, Department of Health, if they would have walked back there. And then before I leave, is there anything better for a kid? Grandma would say, give you a hug. And she'd say, Johnny, take us some candy, whatever you want. Because they had the candy rack in the front. What memories, what memories.
Those
So
are good
I'm
memories.
so happy that Bobby was able to use that backdrop behind us. So our next guest is from a quickie from Dallas, Texas. Is Salerno in there? Did he? I can't see. Is Johnny in there? John Salerno from
Yes, he is.
Dallas,
Yep, he's
retired NYPD. He does some good work out there for veterans. Where is he? John Salerno. Bring him in. Hey, I got my backdrop.
Oh,
Look at
that.
you kissing my tush. Look.
I don't know. It may be crooked. I put it up fast.
It is crooked. Just stand like this. Look, like, just lean this way. Hey, brother, how are you?
Pretty good, man. Let me just recap on Sean, your last guest from Montour, man. I did 24 years in Farmingdale. You know, there's nothing more satisfying than giving back to your own community within the fire department and with the fire service. And I would have never became a cop if I didn't join my local volunteer fire department, because I had so many mentors from the FDNY. I had Peter Gansey, Jim Daly, all the big chiefs, you know, who were members. And it really puts a teenager like I joined as a junior at 14. And you really learn so much from these guys, and it puts you on a good path. So, man, community service is the ultimate path to a good career later on.
Hey, you know what, though? Butch had him listed under the hero segment, Captain Sean there. You just said, how many years were you a volley?
24.
How many years were you on the NYPD?
11, until I got hurt.
And what are you doing out there in Texas? You sitting around picking daisies? What are you doing?
No, now I just do emergency dispatch for a company.
No. What do you volunteer? What are you doing for the community?
Oh, we do jacket drives, clothes drives for the homeless. We got a big ride coming up. We took on the Navajo Nation, and we with the MMIW, the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women, and we went out there last year, and now we're doing a big motorcycle ride to raise awareness for all the missing and murdered women out on the reservation.
Walk the bridge. What are you doing? Walk the bridge.
Walk the bridge. We do every month on the on the third Sunday of every month. It's to raise awareness for mental health, suicides in our veteran and our first responder communities.
Heroes. This is our hero segment.
That's a hero.
Part 2. Hero segment part 2.
But you know where this all started?
Where?
This started as a 14-year-old kid who couldn't even get through school, joining a community service in the fire department, put me on this path to just giving back, because there's so many volunteers out there that it goes inside you just to give back to your community. Humanity, it brings back humanity and value and morals. And it all starts at the volunteer fire department level.
We only have so much time to give. We could write out checks and give money, and that's needed. But you only have so much time. You take so much of your time, my brother. It's such an honor to know you. I met you through Frank Fiella, and it's been so nice. And then we're coming back to Texas because I love you.
Can't wait.
And we're doing a big 3 shows.
3 shows
in 2 days. How are those going? Talk about those.
They do the one show at the senior center, at the senior living center with the veterans. Man, they are already prepping for it. They are so excited that we're coming down and that you guys are coming down to do this for them. And it's, we got the Battling Bettys are also coming down. They're the pinup girls from the 1940s and 50s. They are going to dress in the regular garb and help out as much as they can. And I think they're more going to be more welcome than we are.
We're
But
gonna get some good pictures, man. This is gonna be fun.
so we're doing that, and then we're going to do for a badge of honor, which is my 501c3. We do the workshops for our first responders for mental health. That's going to be on the 5th that night, and then on the 6th we're doing for the Dallas 9/11 stair climb. It's their 14th year. On the 6th, we're going to be doing that over at Round Rock Brewery.
Yeah, that looks like it's a nice big room. How many can we fit in that room?
A little over 400.
Oh, I hope.
Yeah, it's going to be. We should be packing out. Well, the senior living is already packed out because of all the residents that live there.
The senior living.
Nice.
That's a closed show just for the
That's
veterans.
a closed show. Only open to the residents and their families.
Right.
And then the Badge of Honor show, we're looking probably about another 300 first responders. Been getting good feedback on that as well. And then the Dallas 9/11 stair climb, man, that's going to be a huge show. Huge show.
Well, I just wanted you to come on quick and give us an update. It sounds like it's going to be great. I'm ordering some shirts and stuff. You got some shirts out there. We'll be selling some merch, and we're going to have a ball.
Yeah.
Go over and I want to check out. I've never been to the whole Kennedy where Kennedy was shot. I want to check that out. I've never been.
Oh yeah, we'll do the grassy knoll, and I'll put you in the street. They got a big X in the street where he was shot.
Yeah, I got to see it once. You know,
a little morbid, but you could stand there.
I know, but it's part of our history, you know. And
without a doubt,
I've watched so many specials. The last, I'll let you go after this. The last special I watched. This is how many specials I watched. It was about Kennedy. What's his wife's name?
Jacqueline. Jacqueline Kennedy.
Jacqueline Kennedy. She had on a pillbox.
We do have to teach you history. We do have to teach you some history.
I know. I get nervous when I'm around Roseanne. She had on a pillbox hat when she got on the plane, and when she went into the hospital, when she left the hospital, nobody ever saw the hat again. And they were talking about what could have. That's how many specials I've watched.
Yeah.
You know. All right. Thank you. Thank you for coming
You're
on.
very welcome. Hi, Roseanne.
Love you, my friend.
Love you guys too. Take care.
Are we gonna go right to? Let's go right to our next guest. These two ladies are awesome. They're from an organization called Mondays at Racine. Racine. I'm sorry. I say it every time. I'm an idiot. Let's bring in Carla and Alyssa. That's all right. That's why I have you here. Let me educate one. Hello, ladies.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Yeah, you seem very excited to be here, Alyssa.
Ecstatic.
I know. You guys are tired. They have a big fundraiser coming out. Sold out. 500 people are coming. But I told them these two are so hard to get, right? They're so hard to nail down. And I said to them yesterday, oh my God, if I was trying to date one of you, I would be so depressed at this point because they don't return the emails, the phone calls, but they're here. Tell us a little bit about what you do with this organization. Pronounce it.
Mondays at Racine.
Good job.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Go ahead, Alyssa.
Go ahead, Alyssa.
Okay, I'll go. Mondays at Racine, we're a nonprofit and we provide free services like yoga, Reiki, head shaving, basically any kind of support services to men, women, young adults with cancer. So if you're in treatment, if you're struggling, survivors too, we provide these services at no charge at locations throughout the island. So it could be salons, it could be yoga studios, wellness. We partner with all the hospital systems. So it's an often overlooked thing that people who are, dealing with cancer and in treatment, people think, we got to get rid of the cancer, but they're struggling while they're going through it. And these services really help keep their spirits up and keep them moving while they're, going through treatment.
Carla, why did you get involved?
First of all, I want to say your guests that were on before us are amazing people, and your show is a lot of fun. So thank you for having us on, and I love what you guys do. I love that all your shows are dedicated to 9/11. It really is amazing. I got involved because this whole organization is an homage to my mother. So this is a family-run organization. Alyssa is not part of the family, but she is by proxy. She is my
Feels
sister.
like it.
And in the 80s, she had a crushing diagnosis and she got very, very depressed. She was a mom of 6. She also worked. She was a professional woman in the 80s, and she was a real estate broker on Long Island. So every week she would go get her hair cut and blown out. It never moved. It was like one of those hairdos. And then when her hair started falling out in big giant clumps, she couldn't get anybody to help her. And, for some women, hair, the way they look, is part of their identity. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to remove that stigma. We're trying to make sure people are fighting this disease with their dignity intact. And come on, let's come into the salon. Everybody who works for us, they are not only New York State licensed, but they're also oncology certified. So they really do understand what is going on with the scalp and the skin and the nails and the mental state. So anyway, long story short, my mother eventually passed away and all of us kids got together, and a couple of decades later, here we are.
That's really that's amazing.
It's amazing.
And, as someone who spends a lot of time in the salon myself,
and always looks wonderful.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Roseanne.
Nice to meet you. But I think that what you're doing, especially for women, I don't want to downplay it, men, but especially for women, like you said, the way they look helps how they feel and everything. And so, like, what are some of the things you would do for a woman in the salon, say, like, who's experiencing maybe the loss of hair or whatever? What are some of the options that they would have?
So besides the obvious, which is like a head shaving or a haircut, a lot of times you'll also lose your eyebrows and your eyelashes. So we do those two services. We've perfected those services for people who don't have any. And we actually educate women on how to apply a false lash, a natural false lash, or put on an eyebrow so they can feel good if they want to go out to dinner that night or go pick up their kids from the soccer field or whatever it may be. A lot of facials, a lot of skin aesthetics we do, and we use clean products, non-toxic products, because we feel like you're already dealing with so many toxins in that body with the cancer and now with chemo on top of that, that we really try to keep everything as clean as possible.
Yeah. And, it's a community. It's not what we set out to do, to create, we're not a support group. We're not, but by default, you're in the salons, like you said, and, the women are sitting around and we bring in food, a restaurant will donate and we'll have, other specialists come in and talk and they bond. We had some of the women we've worked with have said that, they've these huge families, and they're very supported, but they're very alone, because if you don't have cancer, you can only understand so much of what somebody is going through. So they're sitting there with all these women with all different cancers at all different stages, and they're helping each other. They're supporting each other. So that's been a really nice thing to see.
Nice.
On days, yeah.
It's probably pretty nice because if somebody has cancer and is feeling, let's say they're feeling well today, this week, right? To go out where it's obvious that you have cancer is something that they don't want, I would think. They don't want people to look at them and go, oh, that lady must have cancer. They want to walk right past somebody and not even be noticed. So what you're doing is not only making them feel better, in one way, it's allowing people, I would think, to get out a little more, which again is going to make them feel better.
Absolutely. It's look good, feel better is really that's at the core of what we do. And it's true. Even for the guys, we do serve a lot of guys, not as many as we want to, but we are, we just launched our men's program a year and a half ago. The Suffolk County Sheriff Toulon, is our spokesperson for that. And, we're starting to help a lot of unfortunate first responders that have come down with cancer since 9/11. They're coming through our doors now and we're helping them. And the good thing about Mondays at Racine, I'll reiterate what Alyssa said, all of our services are free. So we provide maybe 17 oncology certified services all over Long Island and on some locations in the hospitals. They're all free. So you don't have to fumble for your insurance card. You don't have to pull out your wallet. You're already dealing with enough financial garbage out there with all your meds and stuff, that this, on top of that, to go and get a massage, to go and sit in a Reiki circle or have a yoga class that's specially designed for you.
Right.
And for men and for women, you'd be amazed at the transformations that we see on any Monday. It's really remarkable.
I can think of my mom who had colon cancer. I think I told you this once before. She passed away about 8 years ago. My biggest fan, 300 people in the audience, I could hear my mom laugh. She was in Sloan 3 or 4 times. And the one thing she said to me one day, she goes, hey, they did a stand-up comedy show the other day here. And actually, Peter Bales was on the show.
Oh, God.
And she just loved it. It took her mind off it. And I do remember her going to the salon at times when she was, diagnosed and going through it, and how much better it made her feel. I don't think, from what I remember, she lost her hair. But just to get her hair done made her feel better.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
what you're doing, I watched your little video this afternoon. What you're doing is amazing.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad that we're a small part of what you're doing by having you on the show. And ultimately, we'll do that comedy night.
It'll get done.
We'll do it. I always say, my guys were on the lobby when they said they were going up the stairs to the 45th floor, where we think most of them were lost. If they could do that, I don't give up on anything.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this show, and it's going to be a blast. But right now, concentrate on your fundraiser.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's going to be great.
When is the fundraiser?
It's called the Long Island Beauty Ball. This is our 7th Long Island Beauty Ball. It will be at the Heritage Club in Bethpage on Monday night.
No pressure.
Yeah, and John, I do want to apologize. I know we play hard to get, but it's just a really bad time of year.
No, listen,
please forgive us.
I'm used to women
Ignoring
not returning
him.
calls. I live with 3 women. I could be talking in the kitchen. They don't even know where I am now. They have no idea where it's Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night, I'll come home and my wife will go, well, did you see the episode? I wasn't even here. So, no, you guys are busy. You're doing God's work. We love you. Have a great fundraiser.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Bobby, we were going to throw up the website. Do you have it back there? There it is.
There it is. Mondays at Racine.org.
Racine.org. Racine. Mondays at Racine.
Mondays at Racine.
What nice ladies.
I live in Islip where their salon is.
Oh, you do?
Yes. I pass it all the time.
You would be good at that.
What?
Doing something with them. You're so good with the makeup and all that stuff. You know what you're doing.
That's true.
Why don't you touch me up? Look at what I look like. Do you think you would sit down next to me one show and go, oh my God, let me do something with this? Like have a little kit, just have a little kit and go, hey, John, because like they said, you said it, women are more than men. I go out like this. Did you see my hair when I walked in here? I went into the bathroom.
Yes.
I go, was she going to let me go on like that?
No, I was not.
Oh, all right.
I was not.
All right. Because I'm under all of this, I'm a very handsome man.
You are very
under
handsome
all
man.
of the I just get dressed in the dark. You know what I mean? But I did say I'm throwing out all the ragged t-shirts. This year I'm going to look nicer, especially when I co-host for Roseanne. When Richie's here, I don't shave t-shirt. Do we have a Sandy in you know what? Are we going to break one more time? Do we get another break, Bob? Yeah, let's go to break one more time. And then I don't know if is Sandy in there? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Like a well-oiled machine, this is.
Yes, perfect.
Zwanger Passeri has been delivering a true patient-centric experience for the past 70 years. You can always expect to be cared for with compassion, scanned on the latest technology, and a highly trained subspecialized radiologist to interpret your images.
We're going to do bigger and better next time. And we're back with Love Mistakes Live, Strong on Television, Paradise Studios.
Now, speaker.
Okay, so we're back. So Saturday night show at the Wantagh Fire Department was an awesome show, and part of what was awesome was because this young lady killed. Let's bring out Sandy Els. Here she is, my buddy, my friend.
Hey, how are you guys? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because you guys are breaking up on my side. I don't know what it is.
All right. Just don't even listen to us and give us some yucks. You had some funny stuff the other night about dating.
I'm not hearing you, sweetie.
All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I'm trying.
Just do some of your stuff about dating that you did the other night.
Oh, I got you now. You hear me now? I hear you.
Yes.
So, yes, I was on stage talking about my dating experience because I'm on the Zeus Gap now. You see? So I'm trying to find a guy, and you have to be very transparent. So I tell it like it is on this app. And like I was saying, and it was kind of funny. I said, I had to say that, I've been told, you want to be honest, that I fart and I snore when I'm sleeping. And I've been told this by myself because I woke myself up. Right? Can't wear the sexy underwear anymore. Put a thong on 2 weeks ago. Still can't find it. Still can't find it. Going for a colonoscopy on Tuesday. I said, you're up there. Find it. It's like the sail of a ship. It's hard at this age. Are you married, honey?
No.
Okay. Do you have someone?
I do, but it's very new.
That's annoying to me that you have somebody and I don't. But I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not jealous. A little jealous. Okay. But the quest is high. I live in a high rise here in West New York. Everybody in my building is gay. All the men are gay. And I don't know how until I see them in the elevator. I talk to them. If they look a little meticulous, I'm like, maybe they're just clean. Maybe they're just neat. Or I'll see that their nails are done. Like, they did their nails clear. I'm like, maybe they're an accountant. Maybe they're a mobster, because mobsters do that. They have the real nice nails if they kill somebody, right? Yeah. So, and then I'll say to the guy, because he looks like he could be a prospect for me. And I'll say, hey, I haven't seen you at the pool, Mike. And then he'll reply, well, we've been to Fire Island. Ding, 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 ding. It comes out. You hear them in the pool. I was in P-Town. Ding, 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 ding. You're not getting on my raft. No.
Just look for the Vineyards Vine whale, and then you'll know.
Yep, yeah. This is it. This is what it is. So I'm getting decorating tips and fashion, which none of it's clicking, right, John? You know me. I could have a meal at a table. When I'm done, I need to be vacuumed. Terrible. So
it is not easy dating. It's not easy.
No, it's not. It's not. And I was with those firefighters, John, and you know how I love the firefighters. Oh my God. And they, 300 of whatever, connected somehow to a fireman, which is the hottest thing. I'm sorry. You say, John, under there, you're hot. You're hot.
Thank you, Sandy.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Did you see the show where he was in the shower?
No, I did not.
You might want to go back in the archives and look for that one.
All right.
That was a classic.
In the shower, he was.
In the shower. Yep. He was on the road. He remoted in, and next thing we know, we're in his bathroom and he's in the shower.
And we saw man titties, right? We saw man boobs.
No, you did not. No.
We saw this handsome, rock hard bod.
All right. Well, as long as he doesn't need the man's ear, as Seinfeld would say.
No man's ears here. No man's ears here.
Look, now he's like covering
now
them.
He's worried. Now he's worried.
Now you know what it's like.
Oh,
my eyes are up here.
I love this guy though. And you know what? Again, tonight your show, very poignant. I know he was yelling at me because I was fidgeting, trying to get my good side. See this side, it looks like I'm a droop. Now I know why Frank Sinatra meant his good side, his bad side. This is the bad side. I don't know what happens, it droops. But the thing is, you guys have good content. It's a good show. I've been a fan of this show for years.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We try. We try to get real people on. It's not all about the comedy, but we try to have fun with everybody.
I mean, you should, you should do a dating game for me though, where you could put 3 guys behind a curtain and I could ask them questions. And I'll start off with, I'll go right to the chase. I'm like, are you gay? Are you gay? That's the first question I'm going to ask.
See, and my first question I used to ask is, are you sure you're not married?
Yes, yes. You got to look for the ring.
Well, because you got burnt.
I did.
You know.
You did? Yeah.
I did. I did. 9 months he was married. I didn't know.
Really? For 9 months?
And then we became friends. And then we hosted together. Oh, that wasn't me. Oh, no, that was me. That was me. I'm sorry.
See, but that's a guy that needs his knees busted, honey. You got to bust his knees. Like, you got to find a guy, get a guy, and just bust his knee. You don't kill him.
Yeah. Oh, no. I could have had a guy. I didn't.
Bust his knees. My sister and her husband, when they were married, my sister's 15 years older. So after 7 years, the husband had an itch, and she wouldn't tell my mother because my mother went to school with all those mobsters in Hoboken. They used to push her on the swing, right? So all of a sudden, my mother finds out, she gets wind that he's cheating, the husband. And she calls up, and I hear her. I'm just a little girl playing, right? And I hear her saying, no, Louie, I just want to break his legs. I don't want to kill him. No, put the gun away. Put the gun away. And I'm like, oh, my God, that's my mother. But bottom line, if someone hurts your child, you want to do that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's it.
Been there.
Yes. You only want your children to be happy. And you have beautiful children, sir, over there.
So does she.
How many do you have?
2 daughters.
I have 2.
Two beautiful daughters.
Twins, you said?
No, not twins.
No.
No. But just 2 of them. And
Are they older?
28 and 25.
Okay. Are they single? I'm asking for a friend that wants to go younger. Just saying.
The older one is. The 28-year-old is single. How
Who's
old is your friend?
Who's the older one? Bridget's the older one?
Well, I'll be 29 in August. So
I just turned 29 again.
Yeah.
Ago.
You could be 29 and you're gorgeous. You say you're gorgeous. You had 2 kids, you would never know. Me, I look like I was octomom, no children. My friends all had 2 kids. They looked like supermodels. I stand next to them, and it was like I gave birth to the what is it? The watermelon that Gallagher used to punch. Yeah.
No.
God.
Well, I tell you, we know each other a few years now, and you've never had a bad show. I always know that I'm going to look smart after the show, and people go, "Oh, that was a great show," because you're so real. You're just so real, You just don't care. We've come to a point, and I'm like that on stage a lot. I don't care anymore. And what I mean by that is I'm just going to have fun. Hopefully they're going to have fun. I'm going to say what I want to say, how I want to say it. And that's it. I'm not going to think about, is this going to work? Is that going to work? And people love that.
And that's the thing about you. What happens was he says to me, he goes, I'm only going to do a few minutes, because I don't want to. And they practically wouldn't let him off stage because the minute he starts talking about his family and it's funny, they are rip-roaring with laughter. And it's just stuff about your family, right? Stuff about your kids and, and it's amazing how comedy, once you put it into real life and you tell that story, it's hilarious.
Thank God now I'm having grandkids. I'm getting more material.
More material, definitely.
Yeah, as I said to my son before you had the first, I go, let's go. I need material.
You got material with those sons of yours, right? They're home probably still.
My daughters? No, they're out.
They're out.
They're out.
Yeah.
It's hard because you got to vet the boyfriends. Be careful.
Miss Sandy, we have to get going. I can't thank you enough for taking the time. I know you work all day. And you came on. Thank you.
It was a pleasure chatting with you. I hope you perform.
Yes, and ditto. It was a pleasure. You're beautiful. You're smart. I love you. Good co-host there.
Well, talk about her a little bit. Why you keep talking about me? Talk about her too.
I am. I wasn't. Yeah, very funny, John. Very.
Where are you going to be this weekend? Anywhere?
This weekend, no. I have nothing going on. I have a brunch. I'm doing some things now. Like what I'm doing is like private parties for my friends whose kids are getting married. Like I'll do showers and stuff like that.
Right. Oh, that's
good.
Good.
All right, darling.
All
Be
right.
well. I will see you soon. Love you.
All righty.
See you, Sandy. She is so funny. You got to.
Oh yeah,
I
want to hang out with her.
Oh my God,
Come
she's so funny. Before, after, during the show. So thank you for hanging out after your show.
Absolutely.
Your show is on before mine. What is it called?
Guilted Into It.
Guilted Into It with her, Bridget. Your mom is on, right?
Sometimes when she's feeling like she wants to be. Today she was a little bit of a diva. She was like, I just want to watch.
She's allowed. She's entitled. All right, we will be back next week. I think we're going to the diner. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Laughter Saves Lives Live.
Leather gloves, we're slapping in hands, popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands, pink cotton candy, love on a stick, who's chasing the beer, that circle the lips, play ball, load up the bases and smack it right over the wall, play ball.